I'm Joe Johnson, as we launch into another edition of Beatle Brunch, a celebration of the greatest group in rock history, featuring the songs and stories of the Fab Four on stage, backstage, and in the studio. I'm Joe Johnson, and this is Beatle Brunch, and now we're up to our in-studio segment. Joining me now is Lennon expert and musician Tim Piper, who takes us back to this weekend in 1957, the day that 15-year-old Paul McCartney was introduced to 17-year-old John Lennon.
Yeah, Joe, it was on the afternoon of July 6, 1957. The Quarrymen Skiffle Group played at the Garden Fete of St. Peter's Church in Woolton, Liverpool. They arrived on the back of a lorry, a truck, and it was shaking so badly that John had to sit at the edge with his legs hanging over so he could still play guitar. The group consisted of John Lennon on vocals and guitar, Eric Griffiths on the other guitar, Colin Hanton on drums, Rod Davies on banjo, Len Gary played T-chest bass, and John's good friend from school, Pete Shotton, played the washboard. Later that night, the Quarrymen played another set at the church, and that's where Ivan Vaughn, a mutual friend of John and Paul's, brought his buddy from school, Paul McCartney, to meet the Quarrymen. Now, Paul was pretty impressive because not only did he teach everyone how to tune the guitar properly, being as John had his tuned to a G banjo tuning, which is what his mother knew, but he also showed him his prowess in rock and roll by playing Eddie Cochran's 20 Flight Rock.
Well, I got a gal with a wrecking machine. When it comes to rockin', she's a queen. Loves to dance on a Saturday night. All alone where I can hold her tight. But she lives on the 20th floor of town. Elevator's broken down. I walk 1 flight, 2 flight, 3 flight, 4 5, 6, 7 flight, 8 flight more. Come to 12th, I'm beginning to drag. 15th floor and I'm ready to sag. I get to the top, I'm too tired to rock.
Ah, that's great.
Now, one thing that Paul said about John that was very impressive for him was that not only did he look very cool and suave without his glasses swaggering away, but they were doing this song by the Dell Vikings, and he realized that John was making up his own words when he didn't know what the real ones were. Kind of like this.
Dum, dum, dum. Come on, dum, be dum, dum, dum. Come on, dum, be dum, dum, dum. Come on, dum, be dum. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, well, come on, darling. Come and go with me down into the penitentiary. Come on, darling. Come and be my love. Whoa, 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 whoa.
The Quarrymen also took a shot at an Elvis Presley classic, Baby Let's Play House.
Now you may go to college, you may go to school, you may drive a pink Cadillac, baby, don't be no fool now. Come back, baby, come back, darling. Come on, baby, come play house with me.
McCartney returns the favor with a medley by Little Richard and Gene Vincent's Bebop-a-Lula.
And Bebop-a-Lula, she's my baby. Bebop-a-Lula, don't mean maybe. Bebop-a-Lula, she's my baby. Bebop-a-Lula, don't mean maybe. Bebop-a-Lula, she's my baby doll, my baby doll, my baby doll. All right.
Well, those two really had a lot in common.
The two of them equally charged with each other. Paul jumps on the piano, which is there at the church. John comes around with his beer breath over his shoulder, and the two of them bang away on Jerry Lee Lewis's Whole Lotta Shakin'. I said, come on over, baby, whole lot of shaking going on. I said, come on over, baby, we got the bull by the horns. I ain't faking, whole lot of shaking going on. And that's how it all began, Joe. Thanks again for letting me be on Beatle Brunch. Always my pleasure. And if you're in Los Angeles, Beatle Brunchers, this August, starting on the 1st, for 4 fab weekends, Just Imagine plays at the West Valley Playhouse. Check it out on justimaginetheshow.com. And thanks, Joe. Hope to see you again soon.
Excellent, Tim. Looking back to that historic day when Paul was introduced to John, July 6, 1957. Brought to you by the Beatle Brunch Club. It's the place where Beatle fans get together to listen to the show on demand, with deluxe tracks not broadcast. Plus, go back in time and hear old brown shows, Beatle Brunches from 20 years ago today and before. Join up for just pennies a day at brunchradio.com.